Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Danganronpa V3. We're in the middle class trial.
If the avatars were equally strong, it would be difficult to strangle a resisting victim.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Because Gonta doesn't have his, like, super strength.
Use an object and not a human, though. Does that make a difference?
Oh, that might. I don't want to be Gonta.
She was just as strong as them. No way they could have strangled her.
Then the culprit would need a tool. There are tons of cases where a weaker person would strangle a stronger person with a rope.
Wow, you know a lot about killing, nerd.
What?
She's going to kill you.
Was there even a rope in that world? I don't remember seeing one.
Nope.
Then they must have used something else as a rope.
Something for rope. I have an idea of what it might be. Is it the toilet paper? I found it during the investigation.
Ooh. Is it the toilet paper? Is it? No, wait, it's the hammer.
It's clearly the hammer.
This is it! During the investigation, we found toilet paper outside the mansion.
It's so weird that the toilet paper ended up on one side and she was on the other.
I'm guessing that the toilet paper was used to strangle her.
I am curious to see what Kibo was labeled as, but I'm based on what Monotaro said. I think he's a person in that world.
Gonta, no can ignore that.
Wait, what? Oh no, Gonta's arguing.
What do you mean, Shuichi?
Huh? What's wrong?
What wrong? Shuichi goofing off. Not gentlemanly at all.
He wasn't there, so he doesn't know that objects.
There's no time for nonsense. You know can use toilet paper in place of rope. Would tear too easy.
I'll cut through your words. The toilet paper wouldn't tear. Because in the virtual world, objects are unbreakable.
Unbreakable?
You're so dumb, Gonta. You didn't even know that?
Because he wasn't there.
He, for all intents and purposes, wasn't there.
Objects can't break in that world, then toilet paper shouldn't be able to tear. And since it couldn't tear, it could be used as a rope.
Gonta not really understand, but... Sorry, Shuichi. Gonta was wrong.
It's okay, Gonta. Don't worry about it.
Killed by toilet paper. It was a fitting end for her.
I kind of agree.
I don't disagree with that.
A fitting end? I do not fully understand that logic.
But if Mew was killed near the chapel, why was the murder weapon by the mansion?
Maybe the culprit tried to get rid of it to destroy the evidence.
If the culprit meant to get rid of the evidence, they did a poor job of it. There was a much better place where they could have destroyed it.
If toilet paper was the murder weapon, then what's the deal with the hammer next to her?
Perhaps the culprit prepared a backup weapon, just in case.
No, the culprit didn't bring the hammer.
No? But who else but the culprit would bring a hammer?
Mew. We already know who brought the hammer. The person who brought the hammer.
That's it!
Monokuma.
Monica, yeah.
Mew was the one who brought the hammer.
She was the only one who would know it was there.
Mew bring hammer?
Remember what she told us?
Delete all weapons.
Yeah, she did say she deleted any dangerous objects.
If that were true, she wouldn't have missed something like a hammer. Meaning that Mew must have left it on purpose.
On purpose?
But why she do that?
You brought the hammer for sure, but what did she need it for? You need to make that clear. She was planning to kill someone with it. Meeting.
Let's assume that Mew brought the hammer. What was she planning to do with it?
Maybe use it to break down a wall?
Nope.
Uses for a hammer.
Gonna kill
Gonta
something.
no! Mew gonna build stuff with hammer!
Yes.
Probably just brought it for self-defense.
Nope.
Or she secretly met up with someone. and tried to kill them with it.
I think that's gonna be it.
You idiot, she was the victim!
Nope.
Let's assume that Mew brought the hammer.
Yeah, it's gonna be
What
the
was she
meeting.
planning to do with it?
Maybe use it to break down a wall?
I like the way the text
I
actually
do too. I think they did a really cool job with the text in this
Mew
one.
gonna
Yeah.
build stuff with hammer.
Did you see the build stuff one too?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
bought it for self-defense.
Or she secretly met up with someone.
I agree. Mew was gonna meet up with someone in the virtual world.
Mm-hmm. With me. I was supposed to meet up with Mew on the roof of the mansion.
What? Is that true?
I overheard them talking about it at the chapel.
By the way, Mew asked to meet up with me before we went into the virtual world. I totally forgot where we were supposed to meet, so good thing Keyboy spied on us.
Wait, so Mew called Kokichi out?
If Mew brought the hammer, I wonder what she was planning to do with it.
Kokichi's already figured it out. She was planning to confess her love for Kokichi.
That's it.
Unfortunately, I was hoping it was the latter.
Yeah, right?
She was trying to kill Kokichi.
She was what?
Yep, she plotted to meet up with me and then kill me with the hammer. If you want to prove this, you'll need to figure out Mew's plan, okay?
Mew's plan, huh? I'm sure if I analyze the clues we found, I can figure something out. Alright, let's do it. Oh shoot, I don't remember the buttons.
Figure it out.
Oh, there we go. Oh, shoot.
About Kokichi.
I wish I could kind of... Who tried to kill Kokichi? Hmm.
Ooh, pick me, I know.
I think it was, Rantaro.
Days Ghost.
I was gonna say Rantaro. Who tried to... I don't know what that other word could be.
I don't know what it could be.
Alright, I also need to keep an eye out for Monokumas. Everybody has tried to kill Kokichi.
I thought everyone would try to kill Mew too, though.
That's true. Really, we should have just locked the two of them in a room and let them figure it out. Kibo. It was Kaito Momota.
Such a weird way to get people in cars.
Right.
Run them over. Alright, what do we got? Ooh,
Oh.
they're very short.
The fact that they're red is throwing me off. It's making me think of like Mario Kart where like the red ones are...
Oh, the ones that blow you up.
Yeah. I think we've probably seen them before, but like it's the first time I like have really noticed.
Who was Mew trying?
Maybe where was Mew?
Oh, wait, where was she? The virtual world?
Good. Wait, no, that part comes next.
Yes. After you run the lady over.
After I run someone over.
First thing.
Thinking, oh, that's a missed opportunity. The afterlife.
There you go.
Also, like crashing into the walls is making me think of F-Zero.
Oh,
And I like
yes.
I want that panel where I can just like restore my energy.
I just like to know how how Shuichi thinks this in his brain. All right,
Right.
I'm in a taxi and I'm collecting letters. I'm almost there, guys. 5 more minutes.
I mean, it's basically right up there with the logic drive.
I know.
I shall snowboard my way to the answer.
I think it's gonna be something about who put the poison in Kokichi's seat. Why was the bottle of poison on
To frame Kokichi. I think.
That's my guess.
Ha! We just like burned right through that car. Why was a bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat? To frame, or maybe to make it look like a suicide.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what we got. Go away.
To divert attention, I would guess. So he would be killed with the hammer in the virtual world. The poison would be there, and we would think it was the poison.
It was poison that killed him, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That one wasn't too bad.
She wanted it to appear as if Kokichi was killed in the real world.
Yep, I agree with that statement.
Placed the poison on my seat to make us think the murder happened in the real world.
She did that too?
What? Miu was the one who put that poison bottle there? No, that ain't right. Something's definitely weird about that.
How? Okay.
When could Miu have put the poison there?
Well, Goncho was
If she
asleep.
did place the poison without us noticing, then she must have logged out at some point.
Nope, that's wrong.
And then what? She logged back in?
Wrong.
Kokichi, weren't you in the salon around that time? Did you see her log in or log out at all?
Don't just see nothing.
Nope,
Yeah, I
didn't
believe
see
that.
at all.
If she hadn't logged in or out, then you couldn't have placed the poison.
Then who put poison bottle?
The only person who logged out early was Kaito.
Kaito, your grave just got 10 feet deeper.
No, it wasn't me, guys.
If the poison is planted evidence, the question is when it was planted.
The log in, log out record. Wasn't she the last person in?
Well, if we determine the when, we might also determine the who.
When could
I think you're right. I had a feeling it was that, but... Yep, she was the last one to log in.
you have put the poison there?
If she did place the poison without us noticing, then she must have logged out at some point.
Nope.
And then what? She logged back in?
Nope.
Kokichi, weren't you in the salon around that time? Did you see her log in or log out at all?
Nope, I didn't see that at all.
If she hadn't logged in or out, then you couldn't have placed the poison.
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong!
It was Miu who planted the poison on Kokichi's chair. She had plenty of time to do it. Here, take a look at this.
I mean, it was like 2 minutes, but sure.
Is this a record of who went in and out of the virtual world?
That's right. It says that Miu was the last of us to log in.
Yeah, what about it?
If she logged in last, she would have had time to move around in the real world after the previous person logged in.
That's right. She could have placed poison bottle on Kokichi's seat.
There
This
was
was all
clearly
part of Miu's
2
plan.
minutes between. She had plenty of time.
Yeah.
She tried to kill me in the virtual world, make us think it happened in the real world, then pin the crime on Kaito.
Well, that's not my fault.
Which is why she manually logged you out, just for that purpose.
So she did that to me?
Yes, I'm positive of that. Miu used a method only she could use to log Kaito out manually.
Well, I just realized hers is XXX. How did Miu log Kaito out? Geez, I wonder if it was the cell phone. I think it was the wall.
Toilet paper.
This is it!
I see.
Got it.
It was the cell phone found by Miu's avatar. That cell phone worked the same way as the phone in the salon. It logs users in and out. I verified this myself when I spoke Kaito's name into it.
Sorry, Kaito.
But we saved you from being proven as a killer.
Yeah.
I see. With that cell phone, she could force anyone to log out at any time.
But Miu never mentioned a cell phone, right?
Nope.
Oh, I think we've seen Angie's before.
Yeah, it's
That's
a little
what
angel.
Shuichi referred to when he mentioned a method only she could use. She kept the cell phone a secret on purpose, so she could use it for the murder.
So, she really
haven't seen
was
Kyo's
planning
yet.
the murder.
That's what I was looking for.
And she tried to set me up.
Well, I knew that from the start.
Then why did you say I was the culprit?
Because I wanted to get it through your thick skull. People you trust and defend will ultimately betray you. This is a game of suspicion.
Thank you, creepy.
Well, I think your ideals should stay the same. Because phonies like you are what make the game more interesting.
I know.
Don't you agree, Monokuma?
Do I? I don't know about that.
Why are you so lazy today?
Huh? Oh, wait. What were we talking about?
I wonder when Daddy's gonna get his motivation back.
Yeah, something weird is going on there.
If Father keeps slacking off, all the work is gonna get forced onto Mommy.
Huh? Mommy?
Oh God.
My head! I feel like I'm about to remember something, but I can't.
Oh God.
What's wrong, Monotaro? Pull yourself together!
Anywho, it's a blessing in disguise that Mew died and not me.
How do you figure?
What you mean?
Yeah, they don't have anything.
Because she wouldn't have said anything about what really happened in the virtual world. You guys would have had a way harder time finding the culprit, you know. She would have been able to lie about the virtual world settings as much as she wanted. And you'd never know that the murder actually took place in the virtual world.
So that's why she decided to attempt a murder, because she had total control.
And the reason Mew
There
was
it
so
is.
insistent
Ooh.
to go into the virtual
like
world
bloody.
was... She was insistent we go there so she could kill us. What a shady person. I was sad that she was gone, but now I don't know what to think.
Nice! Backstabbed by a trusted friend. See? That's an ideal fun situation. Now we can start a real class trial.
Thanks, Monokuma in training.
Kokichi sort of sound like Monokuma.
Really? I don't sound anything like him.
No, you sound exactly like
You're
him.
just like Monokuma. Both of you are cowards. You never speak the truth or show your true face.
Wait, coward? You say some interesting things sometimes, Kaito.
Smiling, putting on a mask, never saying what you really think. That kind of cowardice is just like Monokuma.
Daddy, they're calling you a coward. Aren't you gonna do something?
Yeah, I just gotta do my signature laugh, right? Hoo, 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 hoo. There, I did it.
What is wrong with him?
Completely lost his drive. Like a one-hit wonder who clings to their former fame.
My head!
Listen up, Kokichi. To hell with this game of suspicion crap. I will never be okay with it. I'm just gonna believe in everyone. Instead of suspecting my friends, I'm gonna find the truth by believing in them.
Well, if you think you can win this game like that, then sure, be my guest.
Of course I can. I don't need your permission.
How long are you guys going to argue? Let's hurry this up and continue. If we don't find the culprit, then we'll all die, you know that?
Got it.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
If we are going to begin searching for the culprit, let's start with Kokichi's story.
Huh? My story?
You were meeting with Mew, but she ended up as the victim. So it's only natural for us to think you're the killer, right?
Here's my answer. I never met up with Mew.
You didn't?
I tried to go to the roof to meet up with her, but the door was locked.
Isn't lockpicking your specialty? You should have been able to open it easy.
I couldn't pick locks with my avatar body. I didn't have the tools for it either.
That was my first thought. I'm like, oh, he probably didn't have any
Also,
lockpicks.
I never went to the roof. Not even for the meeting.
I remember
You and Gonta went off together when we first started looking.
But was the door to the roof actually locked? When I was on the roof before logging out, the door wasn't locked.
Huh? How should I know?
Then who locked the door to the roof?
I already told you. How should I know?
When I went to the roof, it wasn't locked, so you gotta be lying.
What good would it be if I lied? I don't want to die either, you know.
Lying would do you a lot of good if you're the culprit.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize that.
What kind of response is that? That's suspicious as hell!
Wait, there's no point in arguing about that now. The truth will come out eventually.
Thank you,
Before we
Shuichi. Get us
to
back
that,
on track
we
here.
need to discover the truth behind Miu's death. Truth? There were mysterious circumstances surrounding her death. We need to make sense of those first.
Wow, Shuichi, you know your way around this game. Yes, keep up the hard work. The fate of our lives rests in your hands.
So, what is this strange circumstance?
Kokichi claims it was Miu who chose the meeting place. But I'm wondering how she got from the chapel to the mansion's roof.
I see. Miu sent the bridge connecting the mansion and chapel into the river herself.
Oops, my hand slipped.
If that's the case, then Miu might not have even gone to the roof.
Huh? So she stood me up? It's very rude to break a promise.
You didn't show up either.
Yeah.
It's true. First, we need to determine if Miu was actually there or not. Did she go, or was she never on the roof at all?
I think she was.
I
How
think
would she gotten that piece for that lattice piece?
Yeah. Smokey's account, loud noise, Miu's corpse. Kokichi
Miu
setting
was waiting for me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No, Miu should have been at the chapel.
I think that's gonna be Samugi's account.
Look at where her avatar fell. It's right next to the chapel.
How would she have gotten to the mansion? There was no bridge over the river.
That's true.
She dropped it.
A bridge would be the only way to get across.
Nope, that's wrong.
That's wrong, but I don't think we have
meeting
anything to
with
argue with right
Kokichi.
now.
She stood me up!
While Samugi was searching outside, she saw Miu's avatar through the window. But there has to be some evidence that shows it was possible.
Miu was waiting for me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No, Miu should have been at the chapel.
Is that it?
If you look at where her avatar fell, it's right next to the chapel.
Oh, okay, no, that part is true. So does the first one.
There's no bridge over the river. A bridge would be the only way to get across. So her meeting
No.
with Kokichi.
Miu was waiting
For me to arrive.
I'm sure she was
waiting on the rooftop of the mansion. No.
Miu should have been at the chapel.
Miss.
Yeah, fine.
There you go.
That's
We
wrong!
won't get the super secret.
I think it just gives you points back.
Oh, all right, then I don't care.
Miu must have gone to the mansion. We have a witness.
Yeah. When I was searching the dining room, I saw Miu pass by the window.
Then why didn't you say so sooner?
Sorry. I thought I was just mistaken at first, since there was no way she could have come to the mansion. But I guess I wasn't mistaken after all. That was definitely Miu.
Then, how did she get to the mansion from the chapel?
I know
Must have
this.
been some special method only Miu knew, like with that cell phone.
There's no doubt about that. That's why she dropped the bridge. If a murder occurred when it was impossible to cross the river, she wouldn't be implicated. She used a secret method to move from the chapel to the mansion for the murder.
Really was like the perfect crime. I'm trying to figure out like how it got messed up.
She dropped the bridge to make a huge scene just to let everyone know it's no longer there.
So, what secret method did she use?
It won't be that easy to figure out.
We
It's
know
called
it.
a
Yes.
secret method for a reason.
No worries, guys. As long as we leave it to Shuichi, everything will be A-okay.
That is the smartest thing anyone has said this entire trial. What?
What are you saying? We can't just rely on Shuichi all the time.
You really should.
This class trial's for all of us. We're here to solve this together.
you would just slow down Shuichi.
Shut up!
I don't have time to deal with Kokichi. Right now, I need to focus on the case. I'm positive that Mew used some kind of special method to get to the mansion. Okay, I just have to figure out what it was. Okay. Wall added by Mew, I'm thinking.
Across it only Mew knew about.
Like a hidden bridge besides that signboard maybe.
No.
Or instead of bridge, Mew used some kind of vehicle to go over.
No?
Maybe she teleported with magic. Or she used a warp zone.
Maybe there's a place you could cross without a bridge.
A hidden route that only Mew could use to get across.
I would say that one.
I agree.
Yeah, here we go.
That's it, Kibo. There was a hidden route only Mew could use.
Was there really?
Mew modified
I was just saying
program
things.
to add a special wall to the world. The wall stretches along the y-axis, but we found 2 such walls in the virtual world. It's unclear whether Mew added the wall by the mansion or the wall near the chapel. We do know that that wall was set so that only objects could pass through.
Don't be naive, Shuichi.
Kaito, the adults are talking now.
What is it, Kaito?
Jeez, Mew set up a weird wall like that? That is suspicious. But it's got nothing to do with what we were talking
Kaito, I'm gonna punch you.
Nothing to do with it.
What happened to trusting our deductions?
Huh. You don't even realize your mistake? Are you losing your edge?
I'm gonna
Oh,
punch you.
well, my sidekick's mistakes are my mistakes. I'll make it right.
Or just trust us on this. We're a lot smarter than you.
Alright, what do we got? Map of the mansion.
What we gotta figure out
Oh, map of the world, sorry.
is how Mew got from the chapel to the mansion, right? So why waste time talking about the impossible? It's pointless. We gotta take a whole new approach here.
Now, wait just a second. It's not actually impossible at all.
But you just said so, didn't you? That wall Mew set up only lets non-human objects go through. Humans aren't able to pass through. So Mew obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object after all.
That was it.
You get it? So let's go through this one more time. But you just said so, didn't you? That wall Mew set up only lets non-human objects go. Humans aren't able to pass through. So Mew obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object after all.
Wait, what? Did it not? Mew's avatar was human just like ours, where she couldn't go through the wall. Wait, what?
Damn it!
I don't...
Are you for
But
real?
You just said...
Did you...
Oh, I picked the wrong
Wrong
one.
one.
So didn't you?
Alright, I thought I must have gone back.
That wall Mew set up only lets non-human objects go.
Oh, because I think I
Humans
accidentally
aren't
used it to
able pass
slice
through.
at one point.
So Mew obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object after all.
There we go. Okay.
I'll cut through your
I was
words.
like, if that's not the right answer, I'm out.
The wall wasn't the only thing that Mew changed. She also changed her avatar settings from human to object.
From human to object?
Which means the virtual world treated her avatar as an object. She could have passed through a wall that only non-humans could go through.
Is that right?
Don't get ahead of yourself, Kaito. We need to listen to everything Shuichi says.
Sort said, I agree with him.
Yeah.
I already told you. The more you try, the more you cause us trouble. It's so totally lame that your own sidekick is dissing you!
Alright, that's a... Can we get you to be quiet too?
Kokichi, enough! I wasn't arguing with him. I was just explaining.
I don't care. That doesn't bother me at all.
Oh, God.
It just means even I make mistakes. Don't worry about it, Shuichi.
He's pissed.
Okay.
It's pretty funny seeing Kaito try to act all tough like this.
Kokichi, please refrain from making such irrelevant and irrational remarks.
Could everyone do that?
So, if Mew messed with the program and made a wall only she could go through,
then her secret route was through that wall?
Well, we'll just have to look into that in the next episode. The answer is very obviously yes.
Yes.
Anyway, that'll do it for us. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.